Unafahamu Kiswahili?
Kidogo.
Wewe ni Marekani?
Ndiyo. Unafahamu Kiingereza dada?
Hapana bwana, sifahamu Kiingereza.
I have to start over, y'all.
Samahani bwana, unafahamu Kiswahili?
I have to start over.
Wewe ni Marekani?
Listen.
Ndiyo. Unafahamu
Family, when we move to another country, we must learn the language.
Excuse me.
Samahani.
Samahani.
Say the name of the English language in Swahili.
Kiingereza.
Kiingereza.
Listen. Even if they speak English,
Kiingereza.
you need to learn the language.
Now say the name of the Swahili language.
Kiswahili. Sifahamu. No. Nina Fahamu. Okay, let me concentrate, y'all. Let me concentrate. This is important.
I understand Swahili.
Nina Fahamu Kiswahili.
Ninafahamu Kiswahili.
Repeat after the Swahili speaker to practice your pronunciation.
We got to learn the language, family.
Ninafahamu Kiswahili.
Nina Fahamu Kiswahili.
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 Ninafahamu Kiswahili.
Nina Fahamu Kiswahili. We got to know the language.
Now imagine you're an American man talking to a Kenyan woman.
Okay.
Tell her that you understand Swahili.
Nina Fahamu Kiswahili.
Ninafahamu Kiswahili.
This is my life.
A little.
Kidogo.
Kidogo.
Now tell her that you understand Swahili a little.
Nina Fahamu Kiswahili kidogo.
Ninafahamu Kiswahili kidogo.
Okay.
Kidogo.
Kidogo.
Say, excuse me, miss.
Samahani dada.
Samahani dada.
Ask her, do you understand?
Unafahamu.
Unafahamu. Unafahamu.
Unafahamu. I have to say it with
Ask
y'all.
the woman if she understands Swahili.
Unafahamu Kiswahili.
Unafahamu Kiswahili.
This is what we have to go through, family. When you leave America, you can't leave expecting everyone
Now ask, do you understand
to speak English. Unafahamu Kiingereza. You can't.
Unafahamu Kiingereza.
Y'all, we cannot.
She says, no, sir.
Hapana bwana.
Hapana bwana.
Y'all, we can't move to another Hapana, no. We can't move.
I don't understand.
Sifahamu.
Sifahamu.
Remember, it's the initial
Si.
sound that means I don't. Say again, I don't understand.
Sifahamu.
Sifahamu. Si. Sifahamu.
Sifahamu.
She says, excuse me, sir.
Samahani bwana.
Samahani bwana.
Y'all,
Samahani.
we cannot move
I don't understand English.
Sifahamu Kiingereza. Y'all,
Sifahamu Kiingereza.
we cannot move to another country without trying to learn the
I
language.
don't understand Swahili.
Sifahamu Kiswahili. We
Sifahamu Kiswahili.
we cannot move to another country, y'all.
And how would you say, I understand a little?
Nina Fahamu Kidogo.
Ninafahamu kidogo.
She says, I understand English.
Nina Fahamu Kiingereza.
Ninafahamu Kiingereza.
Kiingereza.
I understand English a little.
Nina Fahamu Kiingereza kidogo.
Ninafahamu Kiingereza kidogo.
I had to start all over, y'all.
Kidogo.
I had passed these lessons. I had to
How
start
does she
over.
say, you understand English?
Unafahamu Kiingereza.
Unafahamu Kiingereza. Unafahamu.
Unafahamu.
Remember, the initial
U
sound here is what means you. And how would she say, you are?
Wewe ni.
Wewe ni.
Hey!
Wewe. Wewe ni.
You are American.
Wewe ni Marekani.
Wewe ni Marekani.
Oh, I need to watch my accents.
Again, she says, you understand English.
Unafahamu Kiingereza.
Unafahamu Kiingereza.
How does she ask, are you American?
Wewe ni Marekani.
Wewe ni Marekani.
Okay. Peace, family. Hey, y'all. Hey, listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I wanted to come on real quick because I wanted to talk to you guys about speaking the language of whatever country you move to. Listen, family, who would have known or who could have thought that I would be learning a new language at my young and ripe age, okay? But listen, family, I wanted to come on real quick to talk to you all about the importance of learning the local language. Whichever country you decide to move to, it is imperative to learn the local language, okay? I know a lot of us, especially most African Americans, is like, do they speak English? Do they speak English? Like, I'm not moving unless they speak English, right? And so here in Kenya, mainly in Nairobi, most Kenyans speak English, especially in Nairobi, right? Now, when I lived on the coast, I had a little bit of a language barrier, just a little, not much, right? And so if you speak English, you are able to navigate Kenya, right? Now, I think being American, we could be a little like self-centered, used to people coming to America. And even when immigrants come to America, if they don't speak English, a lot of Americans frown on people who don't speak English, especially the Latino community. Lord, don't let you come to America and you're from Mexico or what have you, and you do not speak English, and people are like, oh, they need to learn the language. They need to learn how to speak English, right? And a lot of people had a problem with, even on a lot of the products is in English and they've translated it to Spanish. And so, so people have a problem with immigrants coming to America and not knowing the language, right? However, it's amazing at how Americans, Black, white, Latino, Chinese American, whatever American you are, right? It's amazing how Americans, when you move to other countries, then you still expect everybody to speak English. And unfortunately, that is a part of the conditioning. And but we have to like recondition ourselves, right? Especially African Americans. It is so important, y'all, as we're connecting back to the continent. It's important that we connect also with the language. Listen here, yes, I can navigate. I can make it, speaking English. However, there's just, when you're trying to acclimate into a community, there's nothing like speaking the language of the people. Like, we say it all the time, she speak my language, he speak my language, right? We're vibing, right? I believe that we can vibe more with our brothers and sisters on the continent when we speak the language. At least try to speak the language, make an attempt to speak the language. I just think it's a little lazy of us, y'all, to move to a country and not even try to learn the local language and just stick with English. Like, no, try to learn a local language. So when I first got here, I did the language school a little bit. I was able to learn the verbs and that sort of thing, but I could not I was struggling. The language school doesn't teach you how to speak like conversational Swahili, right? So although I was learning all the rules, I was still not able to order my food when I went to a restaurant. So I believe naturally, the natural way that we speak, not I believe it is, the natural way that we speak is we learn English in our homes. We learn English from our parents, and then we go to school and we learn the formal way of speaking it, writing it, and that sort of thing. That's the natural order of things. So I am of the belief it's the same way when we're moving to other countries. I believe that we need to learn how to speak it first. And then if you want to proceed with knowing it, when you speak it, you can learn to speak it formally. But when you want to write it and know all the rules and, grammar and that sort of thing, then I believe the language school, come into play. I don't think I'll ever write a speech in Swahili, but I do have an expectation of myself to have fluent conversations in Kiswahili. So when I first got here, I was trying, language school didn't work. So y'all, you heard me using an app called Pimsleur. So if you are even thinking, regardless to what country you are thinking about moving to, look, these people are not paying me. I need to call them to see if they're willing to pay me. But anyway, Pimsleur is a app you can download. I think they give you like the first lesson free. I pay like $20 a month. I just got back into disciplining myself to do Kiswahili every day. So every day I have to practice Kiswahili. My house help is going to be speaking to me in Kiswahili. Now the only thing with like a Kenyan speaking to me in Kiswahili, when they're speaking, the way that my brain works, I need to see the word. I need to see it, a lot of times. So I won't necessarily remember it. Now, the way that Pimsleur is set up is very repetitive. So because it's repetitive, I can retain it. But if someone just tells me a Kiswahili, a phrase one time, like I learned a couple of phrases. So my house help, if she just tells me, if she gives me a word, I probably won't retain it. But when we do it every day, and when it's repetitive, I will start understanding. Okay, so y'all, let me tell y'all another thing about if y'all decide to move to Kenya. Sometimes I struggle, although Kenyans speak English, sometimes I struggle with their English. And sometimes they struggle understanding my English. And let me tell y'all why. It's not that Kenyans do not speak good English, but you have to remember, Kenyans learned British English and not American English. So when you come, some of us don't think about this, but this has just been my experience. So when you come, you have to really understand British English with the Kenyan accent. And then they're trying to understand my American English with a New Orleans accent. So it could be a little bit of a challenge. So even as I am learning, and listen, y'all, I'm having fun. Okay, I'm having fun. It feels good to be learning a new language and it be an African language, because y'all, I just believe that African languages have been recorded in our DNA. We just have not tapped into it yet, right? Think about it. I think like this. I don't know if y'all think like this, but I think like this. Just think about it. When you start talking about your mother's tongue, right? The mitochondrial DNA, it goes back thousands and thousands of years, right? Your mother's mother's mother. Like that mitochondrial DNA is just passed down. And I just believe through the mothers that the languages that they spoke was recorded. Now, I don't know if that's scientifically right, but I just feel like African languages are recorded deep within us. And as a people, we have to tap back into who we are. And once we tap back into who we are, I believe as we put in the effort to learn African languages, I believe that we're gonna unlock the box, right? I believe we're gonna unlock the box. So for me, I've never been interested in learning another language. I tried, it's just I don't feel connection to Spanish. French a little bit. I don't know what it is about French. I used to want to learn French, just kidogo, but I don't know. It's something about Kiswahili, like within me, I have to learn it. And so I got off my rocker for a little bit. When I first got here, I was trying. So now I'm back on my game because it's very important. And I'm giving myself 3 to 6 months to speak it in such a way to where I can flow with a conversation, and then I'll just learn, along the way. Okay. So, and what I find, again, I'm having fun. I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you come from, y'all. Like, learning an African language, it's just, I don't know, I feel good. I feel good doing this, okay? And so now, the challenge I'm having, look, I'll be speaking Swahili with a New Orleans accent. I'll be like, Kwaheri, my baby, Kwaheri. Kweli, my baby. Hujambo, baby. So anyway, I'll probably be speaking it with a New Orleans accent, but that is perfectly fine. But anyway, y'all, I hope, I just wanted to just tune in really quick to do a quick video. And I just wanted to talk about how important it is to learn the language, even if they speak English in the country. It is so important to learn the language, okay? And so sometimes when I'm doing my videos, if it's an African word that I know, I may speak in English, but I may say the word in Kiswahili because I'm trying to learn, y'all. I'm trying to learn another language, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Kwaheri. Family, tafadhali, like, and subscribe. Kwaheri. Oh, wait, no, let me say it again. Tafadhali, like, and subscribe. Asante. Kwaheri.